Greetings and welcome. Chris Nephilim here, reporting directly from board of Deep Space Nine. I want to talk about a ship that I've acquired recently. Reason why? Because I couldn't find any information about it outside of the blog posts. There were a couple of, let's say, review videos, preliminary review videos that were talking about just general stats from before the ship was actually released. And that's about it. I couldn't find any information about it. To a point where I got really annoyed and decided to let's see how it works, you know? And I did, and interestingly enough, I really got into it. And the ship is actually very interesting. It's weird. It's unusual. Does anyone know where the exchange is? Oh, there it is. Bank and exchange. I don't visit DS9 too often because it's crowded. I don't like that I get that they scaled it up to the right size. But I'm not fond of the size. It just feels cramped. Ship equipment, ship weapons, proton. Yeah. There's anti-proton. There is Baul anti-proton. There is more Baul anti-proton. Voth anti-proton. There's Delphic anti-proton. I didn't even know it was a thing. More Baul, more standard, more Delphic. And we can probably go on and on. So technically, this game, SDO meaning, has what I'm talking about is that there is a damage type in the game that isn't exactly widely popular and really available outside of like an experimental weapon that, for all intents and purposes, is just a gimmick. Meaning there is a lot of proton. Hispanic of the Disco, thank you for the follow. I'm not sure why the alert didn't give an audio. Interesting. Hi, Hispanic of the Disco. Welcome on again. Thanks for the follow. And I don't really know why I got no sound for the alert. But alas, no clue. I'm gonna switch to a larger screen so you know what I'm talking about. And what I am talking about is the proton weapon damage, because there is a damage type. Oh, you heard it, so I didn't hear it. Oh, that's weird. I'm supposed to hear everything. Yeah, I'm supposed to hear it. Fantasy Star Trek Online. What in the world would have give that idea? By the way, you don't hear me echoing. Is the audio fine? Because last stream I ran some time ago, actually people mentioned that they can't hear me properly. So I just want to make sure that you hear me right. Everything is good and dandy. Oh, there you go. Tazzy, you weren't following me, you white-bearded Norwegian you. Welcome it in. How are you doing? Found me. Sorry, I didn't see your message. I was tweaking with the audio. Oh yeah, 13 days until AOD remastered. Yeah, I'm excited as heck. I wish I could hibernate for the next 2 weeks so I could just lay my hands on it. And I took the Friday, that's the release date, and the following Monday off, so I got 4 days to like just dive into the world of Tomb Raider 4, 5, and 6. I'm gonna be insane. I'm gonna be neglecting sleep, neglecting eat, just walking the dog because that's the bare minimum, and that's it. I'm just gonna be playing that. And now I get doubled alerts. Fuck you, Twitch. Your stupid alerts. Right, so I was talking about the proton weapons. I was just wanting to display that you can't really find that weapon type available in the store. Pardon my yawning. There's no weapon type called Aetherian. It's just the ship for 1.5 billion. And why am I talking about it? Because I got that bloody ship, and I think it's an overly underrated vessel. To a point where I'm actually having no issues with advanced difficulty missions. Go away, redhead. I just beamed out of you. You don't need to remind me that I can beam back on. So yeah, this ship looks like an alien ship would, and you would expect it to. Yeah, Hispanic. Valentine's Day. That's I've never heard of it, but there's Tomb Raider release day, and Tomb Raider. Not me, Lara Croft's birthday, so I am priorities. Anyway, right. Oh. Which reminds me, I don't think I had as well. No, actually, the first. No, that checks out. Didn't have proper Valentine's Day with anyone, but Valentine's Day was supposed to be like a patron of mentally ill people. So I probably shouldn't celebrate it too much. My mental illness doesn't need celebration. Anyway. Tazzy, you wanna tag along for a TFO? Or anyone else in the viewers list? You can barely hear me. Well, Hispanic says they can hear me properly, and I have everything set up to max when it comes to my voice. So, I don't know. Maybe turn up your volume? Because I didn't make the music too loud, so... Yeah, unless I'm mistaken Hispanic, you didn't say that there were issues with my voice or my sound. I sound normally. Hopefully. gonna run an advanced patrol, one of the harder ones, which LX23073. Yeah. Good luck with exchanging those ideas and fuck right off. That's funny because the music, because the music on my stream is set to like 1/3 of everything else. It's actually the very opposite. So I don't know. I'll send you an invite. I wanted to do. I've got the Endeavors pop up, which means I need some Herald ships to tackle. Meaning that I just have to queue for something Iconian. That would mean Gateway and the Herald Sphere. I can queue for either. Doesn't know which one pops up first. Whichever it is, we'll just sit on it. So the thing about this ship, it's technically manages to order the bed. Okay. It's really weird that you're having issues with it, and I made sure that sound is using correct device, which is, well, my headset, and it should work properly. Because if I disable background noise thingy, I'm not sure if it's gonna kind of make you hear some stuff. I got a pop. Do you get a pop? Yep. Okay. I'm having the time of my life with this ship. Actually, I've run a lot of different stuff, obscure things, even like patrols and TFOs that barely ever pop, but they suddenly did. And I had no issues, and strangely enough, this ship is running on a very, well, not sure if budget build is the thing, because this is an old account that's existed for as long as I've been playing STO. Now this is the only character I've actually managed to level up to a proper end game setup. Didn't bother with replaying the same content over and over and invest in all of that. It's just like too much work, and I don't have enough time in my life to actually bother with all this.
The Gateway network gives the Heralds tactical superiority.
Yeah. Oh. We've got an Iconian ship, actually. Ironic. A little bit of irony there.
Herald forces inbound.
fighting here is get away with this. This cutscene is so redundant.
Before they reach the gateway. Gateway opening at 7 o'clock. Gateway opening at 1 o'clock. Gateway opening at 11 o'clock. Gateway opening at 9 o'clock.
Haven't been in combat and I'm still not able to go full in. Just love it. Love it. Just freaking love it.
Gateway opening at 7 o'clock.
I'm gonna take a short clip. Oh, damn it. This map needs clearing up. It's just so much stuff. You just don't see it.
1 o'clock.
The transparency is just blurring everything. I hate that. But I don't know. I don't think this is on the list of high priority things. Especially that the TFO is actually working perfectly.
Gateway opening at 4 o'clock. Gateway opening at 10 o'clock. Gateway opening at 9 o'clock. Gateway opening at 11 o'clock.
So yeah, thing is that this ship has actually been widely discredited by certain space whales, DPS whales that have actually been focusing solely on the DPS side of of things. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. You can discredit a ship, but state clearly that it's maybe not the best DPS ship, but it still has some value, rather than just like don't buy it. Put in the title of your clip, video, stream, whatever else. Stop doing that. I just hate that. No, 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 no. No tractor beams.
We need to stop the Herald attack on Allied space. Get through that gateway.
Because this ship, strangely enough, what was I? Did I fix it? I did nothing. Blew your head up. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to. Anyway, so yeah, uh, the Aetherian ship is a really different type of beast, and well, it basically allows you to really try different builds. And the build I made for this ship, with the help of Tazzy here, Okay, note to self, whenever I turn on mic monitoring so I'm able to hear myself, it makes it unhearable for anyone else, which kinda doesn't make sense, but okay.
Take out their command vessels.
There we go. Nice and easy. Well, Tazzy's probably doing a lot of damage just as well. Not that I'm measuring or anything like it. But yeah, I'm digging this ship. I've actually been surprised how well it performs considering the build I'm using on it, or more like weapons I'm using on it. My only complaint is that the turn rate is probably not perfect, but you know, can't really help that, can you? I mean, I helped it as much as I could, and it's turning better than its baseline, but it's still quite far from perfect. You know, on the other hand, this ship actually reminds me of the Doomsday Machine, but from the future. So it's shorter and thicker, but all of its firepower is quite condensed.
The ship is drawing power from the gateways. You need to shut the gates down.
Dear Lord, I'm glad this ended up. I'm really sick and tired of the visual mess of the CFO. They're running to clean up the visuals in some of the matches. It's just too much. But yeah, overall, I think the music is a bit on the low. Yeah, it is beautiful. I like the unusual visuals. I actually wanted to replay at a later time one of the episodes when this race is kind of introduced. I barely remember it. It's been like 2 years. Or at least a year and a half. I'm gonna go to Earth Space Dock because I really don't like the lighting here. Like DS9 is kind of like, ugh. As a matter of fact, I am using it. I have the Omni Beam, I have the torpedo that I swapped for the torps I used, and I put on the console. So all of that is there. Interestingly enough, I think it has some sort of proc which allows it to like the power, the energy damage is actually bouncing between enemies. I played the To Hell with Honor yesterday, which really pops. I was so happy that it did, because I really like that TFO, objectively speaking. Because it's so different, because it's set on an orbit of the moon, where you fly ships above the surface, and it's so cool looking. It's really fun to play, but not a lot of people play it. And normally, if I don't bring a ship that has a cloak, I really struggle. But honestly, I actually observed that this Pavan set, I don't know, I didn't read too much into it, which I will do now. Pavan Interstellar Bombardment Beam. Okay, that doesn't actually say. I don't know exactly does that. Is it like Torp? But I noticed ever since I've actually picked it up that the ship's power is actually, you can visibly, that's what I was talking about, the Hell with Honor, because you can actually visually see that power bouncing between enemies, and when you have these turrets on the surface of that moon, you immediately see them. And we have Tazi in his boomerang, which is yeah, I know, I've used it, but the thing is that when I'm firing on at the enemies, my power seems to be bouncing between them. Can we try doing Gateway? I need to have another Iconian TFO out of the way, and Gateway to Grethor is probably the easiest thing. So what I'm using here is the most unusual and stupid thing ever, but this ship is actually coming with Aetherian Proton Beam Arrays. They are standard issues, so you cannot upgrade them. But their DPS output and their overall damage type is surprisingly powerful. So what it does, it actually it has a proc. It's just 2.5% chance of dealing 5,848 proton damage over 5 seconds, which deals 50% shield penetration, double damage versus Voth for whatever reason. I don't know why Voth, but anyway. And there we go. I think it might have something to do with maybe this, because it is coming from the Dyson sphere. Gateway to Grethor, pop. Let's do this. Yeah, strangely enough, proton damage is highly underused, and if you don't have weapons, and you barely have, because this game does not actually give you a chance to have a lot of proton weapons. I'm not aware of any way if you can craft proton weapons. You can. I think there's this experimental weapon you get that comes from the Dyson. I don't know if it's Reputation crafted. I think it was Reputation. It was one of those 3 set pieces that you get with a console, and that beam, which is kind of like an experimental weapon that works both as a turret. It responds to turret beam. Turret fire commands, and it actually responds to beam fire commands. So it does fire it well. It does scatter volley, and it does fire beam overload, and I think it does as well whatever the secondary fire option for turrets and cannons is. So yeah, it's a single cannon can be put on that, but I think it does all types of damage. Like it changes depending on what energy weapon damage ability you're pressing. As far as I remember, it was kind of morphing into whatever you need at the time. It doesn't deal a lot of damage, and that's the problem because it was more of a gimmick than anything else. But that being said, this ship comes with its own arsenal of proton weapons. And strangely enough, they are not weak and pathetic as I thought they would be. Cause just look at how it's dealing nice damage to all those ships.
Herald reinforcements are inbound.
Get the probes out of the way. Stupid probes. Yeah, that's what I was saying in response to like energy weapon attack types, attack abilities, which is very unusual. Though I don't think we have any weapons that do that kind of stuff. The station needs some support, but I don't know if I'll make it there before.
The starbase is secure.
Yeah, they've completed it. Okay, well, I'm just gonna scoot over here on the planet side and we'll see how it goes. The Aetherian technology is very, like, it resembles Iconian tech. They are so far beyond anything we understand and have in even in distant future of the 32nd century, although it does have a similar aesthetic. And I'm wondering how far ahead Aetherians are from us, and what else do they, like, can they do?
Those gateways are emitting intense levels of beta radiation. Close them.
You see, there's this beam damage that tends to jump between enemies if there's more of them. There's that blue, I don't know, particle stream. Kind of looks like electric fire, but I don't know what does that, but it actually just jumps between enemies, which is kind of cool. So, kind of unusual, kind of fun, kind of incredible, really, how it performs. Oh shit, I'm gonna make it, will I?
Shipyard troop transports are making
Yeah, they'll explode. Yeah, put 3 of those in my side, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna miss one. Funnily enough, it does seem to dwarf all other ships.
Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the platform.
Wonder if we're gonna get the harmony at some point. The thing is that music is amazing. Oh, thank you. Actually, it's a DMCA free. I got it from YouTube. It's one of the stuff that is just available for everyone widely. Can be used on streams and such. But I do like it. It's really cool for, like, you know, just lo-fi vibes. That just helps your mind ease up. And I think it's fitting to the theme as well. I love everything aesthetically about this ship. And the only thing I'm missing is the bridge, but I think there was a mention that we actually will get to visit interior of a ship of this class. Low roar? No, I don't think I have, but there's so much stuff out there, I couldn't possibly have heard everything.
Shipyard troop
Still so
transport
much to
coming
discover,
to the
music
platform.
and everything else wise, so I suppose there's still time for me to. Can this stupid gateway not pop up right here? It's too far and I'm too slow. See, it does it again. Fuck off from here. Don't be here. Mean thing. Last Stranding? I haven't heard of it. No.
Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the platform.
Wow, Whitebeard, you were really making a lot of visual noise.
Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the platform. Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the platform.
If you look inside the beam, you can actually see particles moving along the beam.
Shipyard troop transports are beginning their run to the platform. A herald.
Funny thing is, I would probably call it a cruiser, more science cruiser perhaps, or science dreadnought. It doesn't feel like a science vessel. I mean, yeah, I do have the sensor analyses, I have the subsystem targeting ability, but does anyone ever use those things? Like, sensor analysis is more of a gimmick, and it's the visual. I wish it was just a passive thing he mentioned here, rather than just a big target ball above the ship. Like, it's so visually cluttered. The game is already so full of stuff that really doesn't need. Bye, Dreadnought. It's been nice, lovely seeing you.
Our troops have landed.
You know, funnily enough, the name of this ship is very fitting. Aetherian Revelation. It's quite fitting. But yeah, everyone's excited about the Partners in Crime logbox, and like, maybe not everyone, but like, people are really digging that new ship for some reason. I've seen a lot of those flying around lately, and there's a lot of them in exchange as well. Just ready to be used and flown, and I'm like, I'm not fond of its size, and like it's another glass cannon escort that's pretending not to be an escort. I don't know. I was just not interested in it. It doesn't come with anything I really want or need. Yeah, but holy hell, I'm digging this ship, so if you're wondering if you want to pick it up, don't you ever get rid of these. The Aetherian Proton Beam Weapon Arrays, the standard issue, the common ship weapon, but they come only with the ship, and they are absolutely outstanding. They're like, it doesn't feel like it because they're just standard, but when you're in combat, these beams are doing marvels. What I've actually put in here is technically the auto-targeting module that boosts 90.7% of proton damage, beam weapon damage 0.17%, and accuracy rating. That's per 3. I've got 5 beam boosters, which are the isomagnetic plasma distribution manifolds. That boosts only beams. Got 5 of those, so they're here. This is the console that comes with the ship. It just builds up threat generation passively without using the threatening stance and maximum hit points by 2.5%, and it scales with Orc's power. What was that? Oh, you wanted to post a link? Whisper it to me. I got a setup that won't allow you to post links. Low roll, yeah, that's fine. Just whisper it to me. I'll check it out later. No worries. Oh, send me in the Discord, in DM. That's perfectly fine. So I'm running the Pavo set, which is 3 parts of the energy, proton energy torpedo launcher. Oh no, I forgot. I'm still like having some stuff around my dog. He's not feeling well, still in his stomach. So I didn't actually get to do it. This is the first time I actually sat down and was able to do anything as I started streaming, and it's already like I started like less than an hour ago, and yeah, I didn't have much time to do that, to check anything. Oh, if it's Jeff and it's the like Marvel Rivals, I'm gonna love it. I'm sure of it. So going back to build, I'm running full Discovery Mycelium set, which is deflector, engine, warp core, and the shield. They do enough, and they're really good enough for the time being. I would probably try to have something that Oh yeah, I've seen that done in matches so many times. Like, so we were winning, and then a shark, Jeff, came and it ate us all, and it threw us off the cliff, and his team just bounced into the middle of the point, and they took it before we respawned, and that was it. Well, it's a take. It's a method. I'm not sure if I love it, but it is an option to do. I do love myself Marvel Rivals. So outside of that, the console does mark a target foe for 20 seconds when you activate it. It resists damage, redirects incoming damage, and that redirection is coming to the marked target for 20 seconds. When you're receiving damage, you redirect 7.88% to the marked foe as proton damage, while active 100% damage or resistance rating is increased. Using different kinds of attacks, each grants 10% bonus damage and 10% faster recharge of capital ship innate weapons for 30 seconds, and that's about it. Applicable weapon types are listed there, and it has 2 minutes per charge. I'm using entwined tactical matrices. See, it's here. I said I had it. This is the Pavo console, which boosts proton damage by almost 70% at 69.8. it boosts itself with the proton omnidirection proton beam and the torpedo. I've got the Shrike console, which is the portal weapon, because it boosts all damage by 25% and it increases hull capacity by 17%. Why not? Well, I just use the PRM because it does boost all damage, resistance rating, and directed energy damage by 19%. I do have the proton cannon from the rep, but there I don't have room to put it. You know, look at that. It's just 3x3. If they ever release a different version of another ship from that race, from the Aetherians, like the Aetherian Harmony, which is like their capital ship that they're running, then yeah, if I hope it will have more weapon slots, so I'll just use it. I get that might have higher damage. I just don't think I care about that much damage. I do like my space Barbie, and it's just gonna be adding another thing that just doesn't look like it fits the part. So I'm not sure about it. Besides, everything here is to boost all damage, 20% all damage by hull image refractors. No, it doesn't. That's the thing, it doesn't like my beams. The visual on that proton cannon from the rep actually looks weird. I don't know how to describe it, but it does not look like... It's more white and it doesn't fire the same way. It looks different, and I already have the Omni that already looks different to begin with. I don't think I want to just add another beam that looks weird and different. I just don't like the visual. My thing is, I run Space Barbie first and foremost. If I don't like the look of something, of a weapon, even if it boosts my stats, I'm just not going to use it. And I'm really happy with the performance of this ship. I actually run... Well, I was still with you guys in team yesterday. I run an elite, one of the Delta Quadrant TFOs with the Vadwar and the Voth, because they're both together in that one. And they brought so many capital ships, the larger ships, that I just like, oh god, this is gonna be painful. But I actually managed to fight them off so easily. I don't think I would have had it that easy on any of my other ships. So Aetherian Harmony is actually doing better than most of my ships in the scenarios when I would probably struggle. Well, mostly but for its tankiness for sure, but outside of the tankiness, when there is a trait I use, whenever I use emergency power to shields, I've got boost of hit points, all damage resistance rating, all subsystem power boost up, and I think they also boost up the fire cycle haste for weapons. I don't think it's mentioned here, but it's surplus supply. This is the trait that comes from the Credence class. Basically that applies to myself and people, every ally within 10-kilometer range. So I use that here, and the purple containers containing dilithium that's supposed to boost my stats is also applied to everyone else. So it's a good booster for the team, as I'm not a typical tank, which is a support slash attractor of the damage. I think this is a nice compensation for the lack of that, you know, because I don't really run proper tank builds, which is like, or like a proper support build, but that ability from the trait itself is actually giving a lot already to the team. It's actually very sought after, and people have actually been going after the Credence class specifically for that trait, because it does a lot of boosts for it. It also comes with a different console, that what's it called? dilithium, I think. Yeah, the dilithium container or transporter. It increases the power transfer rate and drain expertise, which is something I'm not really not after. But within 10 kilometers, ally buff applied, immunity to subsystem, offline weapon power drains, weapon haste, adds radiation damage to weapons. That also applies to self. 15% firing cycle haste for energy weapons, directed energy weapons, gain 15% chance to cause additional radiation damage. So that console is really nice. So that comes from the Credence, and in tandem with that trade from the Credence, you're a real booster of firepower. I've noticed a lot of people actually use that because it really makes a difference in combat sometimes, especially in those more critical missions. I don't really care about making plasma damage now. I could just swap to Shrike and do that, but I can do that later. Running a support platform, not really, because I'm a Psi, not an engineer. I would probably have to create an engineer character and just like, create something all over again. I'm not much into going through all the leveling all over again, and I don't have really skills for support at the moment. Everything is more directed at dealing damage / surviving damage. I would have to respec on my skill sets as well. I'm just not looking into that right now. Who knows, maybe someday, but right now I'm just like support platforms, nah. It's funny, actually you can see Earth through my ship because it has this transparency effect. You can see the moon. That's pretty cool. Well, anyway, wanted to do some more pew pew. I will not press the random button because I'm sure the game knows I hate ground, so it's gonna send me off the ground. And I'd rather die than do ground at the moment, especially that I did it deliberately for space. I want to make a space-focused episode about the ship. How it performs. I'll queue a few things and see which pops first. Oof, gravity kills. Fuck that. This is Royal Flush is one of the ones I like. Swarm. To hell with honor, it will probably not pop, but I would like to do that. Best surf code, that can it still bug out? Because I remember there was a moment, I think it's the third stage of the TFO, where it literally just bugs out on you, like it just won't progress. I think it has something to do with the escorting those ships that are trying to escape and like capturing them. I don't remember what was the fail condition, not the fail condition, but the trigger for the bug. But it just randomly sometimes just stops progressing. There are no triggers, and you have no enemies to deal with, and there's nothing to do, and you just have to warp out and get the penalty. Otherwise, the best surf gold is a very decent TFO. It's just like, yeah, I remember it tends to bug out. I'm not sure if I want to risk it. There's a Zentaur. It's a dreadnought from the Zenkethi race. See how they compare. Okay, actually the length is almost the same. Interesting. I always thought that Zentaur would be. Well, it's wider and it's thicker and it's got a lot more stuff in it, but yeah. Zentaur is a real beast. I was actually sitting on the exchange as well and just looking at me, and I'm like, yeah, I don't like the design of the Zenkethi ships, and the visuals are like, yeah, I have to use a vanity shield like this guy is using to actually have some fun with it. It's funny enough that it kind of resembles a Cardassian ship in a way, especially with that aft thing that looks like an insect, but a weird thing to see. Oh, there's the Voven. Been a while since I've seen that one in space. Oops. Excuse me, pardon. And we got a swarm pop up. Okay, I'm fine with that. Don't mind a swarm. You know, I kind of see a Doomsday machine slash a big androidic eye kind of design. It's constantly breathing. The ship is so unusual. I like that unusual quality to it. And God, I never expected that ship to be that much fun for me. I mean, I'm a Psi main. I've been a Psi character ever since I started playing SDO. And I honestly couldn't complain about anything about this ship. Well, the turn rate is probably the one slightly deterrent element, but you can still add stuff into your ship, like reputation abilities, traits for both space and ground, and personal traits that might just help with that. I put some stuff of that, but I just wanted to prioritize making the damage output and survivability okay, so didn't have room to actually boost everything to the same level as I would. Speaking of Cardassian ships, we actually get the Fakiri and we got a Cardassian vessel. Where's a Cardassian ship? Oh, I think that's the front one. Oh, there's a Cardassian escort. Look at those beautiful green blue beams, that's just incredible. Can you not? I have to destroy you to smithereens to actually not have you tractor me up. Okay. I gotta say, the proton torpedo is actually dealing a lot more damage than I assumed it will. The Pavan proton torpedo is really good.
Well done.
The hell? What was that? What did you do, Tazzy?
Satellite is back online. We'll launch tractor mines against the hurt ships.
There we go. Well, my word of advice, if you look at a ship, you fancy it, and you check the stats, and you already have ideas for how to build it, or how to experiment with it, do it. Go for it. Don't let naysayers and DPS whales tell you otherwise, because when I tried to research this ship, there is very little info outside of the official blog and few analyses that have been made by several YouTubers who said that don't buy this ship because that's unremarkable. Oh, I don't like the breed seeding, I don't like this, I don't like that. Yeah, not every ship has to be a DPS achiever, which doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to be poor in DPS achievement either. There's just like not every ship was ever made to achieve extreme levels of DPS. Especially when it comes to the modern ships that they're trying to push out. They're really experimenting with different kind of combinations built for those ships, like different variations of something that we've already had, but with a different twist or take on it. And I'm all up for it. Yeah, I don't think the gamble thing should be a thing. They should maybe. I mean, it's fine to set the prices high. But still, if you want a specific type of ship, it should pop up at the mods bundle at some later point. When that lockbox ship is like moved to the Infinity lockbox. Because there's still a chance if you want a gamble. But it should be an option, not the only way to get it. Or the exchange, which was probably the same thing. Financially, you have to still waste a lot of money to actually get it. Like get any kind of premium ship. A hive, you say? Well, you can kiss yourself goodbye with that hive. I wish I saw it, you know, I could see it, but with your visual spam, Tazzy, it's kind of impossible. Jesus, my eyes. My eyes! My eyes! They're burning. My eyes are burning. I've been blinded. I really feel like I've been blinded. My fluffer is very unhappy because he didn't get a proper breakfast today because, well, I can't give him anything because he just has upset stomach. I boiled him some rice. I put in some crushed cookies that should introduce some more flavor and some smell into it. Still won't have it, so he's going to be starving for the day or two. But that's his choice, not mine. I didn't force him into the situation where he can't eat.
We're speeding up the evacuation. All lanes will be utilized now. Earth ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there.
Well, it is interesting that the Pavo proton torpedo has actually 180 targeting arc rather than 90.
spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there.
Oh, someone actually brought the jellyfish, or is it just me? Oh no, that's just your tornado Taz. From the top, it looks like the jellyfish.
Head to escape route Beta. Protect the refugee ships. Kirk's ship spotted at escape route Gamma. Get over there. Refugee ships heading down escape route Alpha. Protect them. That's everyone. We did what we
Okay.
could.
Where'd you have the picture? In the Discord? Oh, right, okay. That's pretty cool. I still don't like its visual, so... But I like the visual of these beams. Let's see. This is such a colossal flying structure. It resembles so much the Iconian technology, except there are no detached. I mean, I don't know. Can you call anything here detached? I'm having a hard time figuring out what heads or tails. It doesn't have a unique bridge, so I put the Iconian bridge because why not? It doesn't have a visual sensors, engines, not even warp drive or anything like it. You can't even figure out whether they're nacelles. I mean, I think the nacelles are actually somewhere in the aft top and bottom, because that's the trail and the warp trail when you warp out is like vertical rather than horizontal. It's just not like side by side, but like one above the other. It suggests that perhaps the upper and the lower part of this here are that. I don't know if this is a crystal, if this is glass, if this is an energy. I mean, it looks like it's energy shield or energy barrier that's keeping stuff together. I like the window style though, like these windows. I think they're windows. There's windows all over the place that are also really cool. They put a lot of effort to design this because there is no point of reference of Aetherians in Star Trek. They've never been mentioned, I think. This is the first time we actually heard about them, isn't it? Which episode actually introduces them? It's... Oh, right, I should do the event. Kazi, I'm queuing for Kobayashi because I haven't done the event. Sorry, I forgot about that. I was supposed to do that hours ago, but as I said, I wasn't able to sit down and do anything. So that's on me. Yeah. Been a rough week. And it's a rough weekend. We love that, don't we? Oh, good. They brought an AFK ship. God. Please don't play this way. Please don't sit in the middle and just do passive damage. I want to ask them, let me guess, you're going to do the AFK thing. You're going to just sit in the middle and take all the shooting, and we don't have any enemies to fire at. So that's how it usually ends up. Strange, you say your hull is penetrated and yet you're at max capacity. Oh, great, he's deployed now. He's going to be AFKing through the rest of the freaking match. I really missed on Mark with the jellyfish.
It's not over yet. The next wave is coming.
There's Federation ships? Since when we're fighting those? That's a Titan. Well, was.
Get ready for another wave. It's not over yet. The next wave is coming. Heads up! Another wave is coming your way.
Strangely enough, Kobayashi's at 100% health. Rather lucky.
Weapon recharger fix is active.
Oh, you're being a troll to him. That's cool. But what do you know? He's looking. He's not even pointing targets.
Heads up! Another wave is coming your way. Enemy assault incoming. Survive the onslaught.
I love how light bounces off of this ship. Is that all? Like, we're doing nothing more?
Get ready for another wave. Alright, everyone.
Wait, we protected it? We won, actually, or what? I didn't even notice what the hell happened. Well, I'm fine. I haven't done this for today. And there you go. Nice and easy. So I was going to look at the episode actually. Kings and Queens, wish upon a star, assistant per Kumarki, yeah.
Alliance scientists have detected an active critical level reality vortex near Starbase 1. Admiral Kumarke of the Lukhari and several others are on site working to close the vortex with proto-matter-based technology. They'd like your help.
Is this where when we find out of the Aetherians? Is this the episode with the Aetherians? Curious now. Yeah, the first one was with the Tholians trying to close it off, close up the vortex in the Nakul system, was it? But this one is about is investigating another vortex, and this is where the Aetherians show up. I want to replay it. You fancy playing an episode? Because it's been a while since I played it. And actually, taken by surprise, this one, share. Need to warp out to begin it. Starbase 1, okay. Starbase 1's here. I'm still like Discovery era Starbase still existing in Earth's Sol system is kind of weird. Did I share it properly? Do you have it? If you do, I'm just gonna pop in it to see how it goes. Ah, there we go. You began it yourself. That's fine. But you have no authority here. Oh, come on, Borg. You don't have. You know you don't have authority here. Oh, it's Kim of whatever. Captain Kim, report.
Bright Eyes, commander of TAS Mintok. Thank you for your timely assistance. We were conducting a procedure with Admiral Kumar.
Tamarki Vortex, yeah.
Fluctuate wildly.
Containment failing.
Compensation.
Breach imminent.
Enemy vessels began to emerge from the vortex, and the cube is vulnerable now. Target the tracker.
Which planet is this supposed to be? This looks like it's good atmosphere and continents, but Starbase 1 is still in the Sol system.
Tractor emitter disabled. But the force to restore their shields. Concentrate fire on the cube once more. The cube is vulnerable once again. Concentrate fire on the remaining tractor emitter.
Initiate phaser remodulation and increase power to the emitters.
Final tractor emitter disabled. Our ships are free to return.
We're not out of this yet. Ordered by the The highest concentration of force is on the engineering deck. We think they're targeting Admiral Kumarke and her vortex technology. Send your reinforcements there immediately.
Alright, let's beam over. The frick is this? Fine, that was weird, that was a weird window. It's gonna load for a bit. I don't remember much of this episode. I played only once because it doesn't have actually any rewards. So I just played it once. Some of them I remember, like I remember the first one when you meet the Tholians for the first time in the Nakul system when they're trying to contain the vortex. But this is... I barely remember it. And I remember I played it on the launch day. And I remember it was cool to see Kim again. Not being... an ensign anymore. He's forever ensign. Unlucky bastard. 3 years later.
Thanks for coming. We need all the help we can get against the Borg. This way. Aaron McDonald, Astrophysics. I was on my way to assist Admiral Kumarke when all hell broke loose. Frankly, I'm lucky to be alive. I'm a scientist, main engineering, I believe.
Yeah, whatever.
Watch out! It's one of their drones. See what I mean? They're very hard to put down.
I don't know, they're not really hard to
It
put
might
down.
reveal something about their defense systems. Look, this drone is emitting a unique quantum signature. It's not from around here. Okay, the drone's organic composition matches that of a human. From Terra. Add that to its quantum signature, and there's only one logical conclusion. They just took commanders off! Borg attacking us? They're from the mirror universe.
It's a very weird deck layout.
More weapon fire ahead. Borg and Starfleet.
Make every shot count, people!
You're firing energy weapons, there are no count shots.
They've adapted! Use your remodulators! Larson! Look out!
That's not my weapon. I love that they
Let's
put
deal with the rest of them now.
guns in your hands during missions, during episodes that you don't actually get to use. It's a cool looking gun, but you don't have it.
I'm fine. Give us a hand with these boards.
You get a bother of actually using the weapon I'm having equipped. It's not that freaking difficult.
Come with me.
It's just astrometrics.
Thanks,
That's a nice view.
These mirror drones have some pretty impressive combat to launch attacks. I faced my share up ahead, and some of my that trap fighting drones. We need to help them. See if you can lower that. Ramirez, Malone, hold on. We're gonna get you out of there. Hurry, get that field down. That makes every vortex a potential beachhead for them.
System malfunction. Console inoperable.
They're gone. Families.
They're beaming off with the people.
We'd better get going. Help who we can while we can. Damn it. This was her first tour out of the academy. Look, it's the captain. Thanks, Captain. Things were looking rough for us. Okay. Our best shot at reaching it. Agreed.
Alright, let's take the Jeffries tubes. Oh, I remember this part. We were walking very slowly and it was very annoying.
Captain, Lieutenant Wen and I are heading.
Commander! Commander! Internal comms are being jammed. I think we can boost the signal near here. This way.
They could ditch these mini games. I really don't like them.
Nice. We were able to boost comms without taking down anything critical. Let me try calling Kim to McDonald. Repeat your last message.
I don't like these environments though. I never got to actually walk around in a place like this. Are you wearing a cylinder hat, Tazzy?
Unlock this door. Override code. Kim 314 Alpha.
Alright. Well, it's a thing. You can wear all sorts of stuff. How do we stop that? Oh, there it
That
is.
UPS conduit is leaking. Should be able to reroute the flow around here.
That horde is yours.
I'm picking up a life sign ahead. Come on.
Ah, Shaq's cannon.
Lock this door. Override code. Kim.
Pretty decent gun. Actually, let me put a helmet on. The helmet makes me look more menacing, I think. Maybe just me.
Ensign Kolek, are you okay?
I'm fine, sir.
Good. Come with us.
Aye, sir.
Ah! Captain! It's got my leg! Kolek! Damn it! I lost him. We should get moving.
He's dealing quite well with the fact that he's losing most of the crew that he knows. We could have? Like, is that a thing we could do? Or are you just saying that because he was just taking too much time in talking to him?
Computer, unlock this door. Override code.
Yeah, there was enough time. Like, he was just standing there and just doing nothing. Yeah. Yeah, that was so unnecessary.
This is Kim. What just happened? Report!
McDonald here. The drone charged Wen and I, and it blew up. Self-destruction.
We're coming, Commander. Stay safe.
I like this little light thingy.
Unlock this door. Override code. Kim 1
Personal light I don't think we ever had that before. I think we had to equip it or something before.
Looks like some Borg are behind that door. It's reinforced, but it's only a matter of time. Let's keep moving.
Captain, I need you to bring up security fields on deck 3.
We're on it, Commander. There should be an interface up ahead. Help me out.
Please, hurry.
And there's a weapon you can actually get here. If you check the body.
Captain, they're on me.
McDonald! Damn.
First time when you play this, there's a body at the end. You can actually find a weapon.
Looks like a tough one. Take it down.
Where? Oh shit! Ooh! I'm coming in, but this is right here. Oh yeah, they introduced the Vinculum drone. Yeah, I remember now.
The Borg's vinculum is accelerating its regeneration. Tear it out before it heals itself. That was close. Yeah, we ran into one of them earlier. We should get to main.
Yeah, let's go.
Main engineering isn't far from here. We're almost there.
These environments are so pretty, but the fact that they didn't think of recycling them and using them for interior bridges and stuff, like, is a crime. Like, we still are stuck with the old interiors that are just so ugly. From an objective point of view, they're just the ugliest thing. Because everything is so oversized and it's so clunky and very low detail, low quality. I know that they've tried to help the visuals on this, but the lighting 2.0 can do only so much. No vinculum for you.
Admiral Kumarke! Glad to see you're still with us.
Let's do what we can to be.
Oh, I love the main engineering. I remember this map. I was so astonished how beautiful this map was. This area is just amazing.
Captain,
And the warp
sorry.
core looks really cool.
Are you okay?
I'll manage, sir.
We can't let them take the protomatter tech.
I'm on it, Captain.
Huh? You're an astrophysicist, not an engineer.
Actually, sir, I minored in engineering at the academy.
Whatever you're gonna do, make it fast.
What's all this? This looks like the colony stuff. Oh, I'll remodulate your ass. By the way, Taz, did you ever get your hands on the mining laser, the one that your spawn Martian drone uses? You didn't? Oh, it's so amazing! I can't swap it because apparently I'm still in combat, even though I'm not. There it is, the Martian mining laser. Look at that beast! It's amazing. Looks really cool and does a lot of damage. So it looks. And it does fire damage out of everything. It's really cool. Oh no, Dr. MacDonald, what did you do? What are we doing now? Oh, that's right. We have to talk with Erin.
It actually worked.
Well, her name is actually MacDonald MAC, not MCD, so there's a difference.
Run a diagnostic now. In a moment, make some final entries. 1 minute. 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 1 min
Wait, this isn't where we get to. No, this is when they kidnapped Kumarki.
I flooded the chamber with an improvised form of digital chaff. It masked the presence of the proto-matter tech.
That drone. It referred to Comarque as its
That mining laser actually comes from the Phoenix lockbox, so not the Phoenix lockbox, the Phoenix coupons. Martian mining laser, you can upgrade it later. It's recent edition. Highly recommend it. And it's for the lowest tier, so you just open any box and you probably get a token for it. Initially I thought they were going to put it into low buy, but they actually put it here. Which makes it more accessible, I think, because, you know, there's there's a Phoenix box event that's just popping in every now and then. You can always get your hands on it. I don't go around stuff too much, but when I do, I like to have the stuff from the shows more times than not. So when they put it in the Phoenix box, I really appreciate it, because that makes it more available and more accessible to people. Now, it took you a while to load in. Jesus.
Looks like the Borg added a few spheres to their ranks while we were dealing with their friends. Let's deal with them so we can focus on getting... Hold on. The vortex is fluctuating again. Multiple signals coming through. It could be more vessels.
No, my ship is just flying in the background. I like these space sequences. They've really made them chaotic. They feel like back to Battle of Sector 1.
Alliance forces, this is Captain Avame of the Traloon. Help is on the way.
Oh no, this is when we meet the Aetherians. Help is on the way. This is when they come in. On board the Harmony. See, their beams are a little bit different, I think. Ooh, I want that weapon now.
The Borg regeneration matrix is down. Let's finish off the cube's defenders. The cube's defenses are down. Let's take it out. Play that, Captain. Have marking on that cube. Understood. I shall inform our allies. Fire to disable all.
That is a really good entrance, though. I gotta admit that it's really looking good. When they pop in and just fire that impressive amount of damage. I'm gonna use my special console because I don't get to use it too much. Oh, never mind. They stopped firing.
We'll deal with the first contact protocols later. Right now, our new friends have given us the chance we need to rescue our people. I think I've located a hostile free transport site on sensors, but it's hard to be sure with these Borg. Sending you the coordinates now. Let's beam over and get the job done.
Alright. Let's beam over and get the job done. You know, that was a nice entrance. I've got to give it to them. That they really made this. These cutscenes are really good. They feel like a film, like a movie.
They're inactive. Hard to tell if they're dead or alive. We've seen how much more advanced they are than the Borg in our universe. Something could be masked. Are you seeing this? All right, looks like they're using modified Engosian. It gets worse. Ready? Let's start by...
Oh, you got this entire interior thing. Is this where we get assimilated when we become a Borg? I don't remember, but this, I think it's a bit... Oh, Tom, that this door is different.
Let's check it out. This is not good. I'm picking up a lot of technology that our Borg don't have access to. Klingon, Zekethi, even Dominion. They have advanced Starfleet tech as well. Weapons-grade transphasic systems. Their baseline operations tech is close to that of our Borg. We should be able to operate low-level systems like doors and platforms, which is good, since we'll need to cross that gap to move forward. So far, so good. Let's cross before we're detected.
I forgot that this is such a long episode. I thought it's just like they introduce themselves, they show themselves, they help, and then the next episode is ready. But
Have to go and chase it. This I suppose it would have been too easy if that worked.
oh, Fluffer, you made a mess with the blank key. Aww. What do we do? I don't remember. Found an alternative route? Okay. Oh, there's a door here.
Hold on. Let's run a scan on that node in the ceiling. I'm picking up a system similar to those we found in the big village. That node is a regeneration system.
These environments are insanely well done.
No. Reading these things from my tray. Scan the alcoves and see what's different here. Based on these readings, the alcove replay cycle should be ending in those vinculum nodes are regenerating the board. We need to get out of here. Raise the platform. I'll cover you. We should deal with the reinforcements before we cross them.
I'll see a deal with the Borg.
Getting some interesting readings from that console. Let's take a closer look.
There you go. Not really, these environments are cool. I forgot how well done all of this was. Like, I get it, like they release one episode per like a quarter a year or something like it, or 2 episodes a year, but when they do, they really worked out to like put a lot of content. Like all of this, designing all of these maps and environments really took them a while. And it's so intricate. Yeah, burn, Borg, burn. What do we do? Oh, we need to do this thing.
Nice work. Right. Okay, that bridge should lead us to where Comarque and my crew are being held.
Wow, even the movement of this platform was really cool. Now I remember a bit more of this episode. I think the beginning is kind of like forgetful, but like the second half is really memorable. You really remember you've done it, and it's really cool. These environments, especially. I'm sorry, Mr. Vanculum, you're not allowed. There we go. No regeneration for you, Mr. or Mrs. Borg. Now where do we go next? Is it here? I like the way these doors are opening. Here, have nice some fire damage. I wonder if it's even possible for them to adapt to fire damage. Like, what? They will stand in fire and take no damage from it because, ooh, we've adapted to it? Fire is a hazard that burns materials that are burnable, I guess.
This looks more complicated. Let's take a second to figure it out.
Yeah, whatever. BBB. Oh, I don't remember this. I mean, I remember doing this, but I don't remember what to do here. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
We need to align the power conduits. Power conduit aligned. Just one more to go.
Uh-oh. Here, Agimus, have some fun with these guys.
We need to align the power conduits.
There we go. Do you think you're allowed to be here?
Good work. We can cross over.
These environments are insanely well done. They really feel like proper Star Trek Evolution. It would probably be very expensive to replicate this kind of interior design in a film or a TV series. To make it look like it does here, that's really insane. I forgot how these environments were well done.
We need to lower that field. Scan that console. It may control it. The field's locked down, but I think...
I love the main mining laser. Excuse me. Excuse me, kind sir. You're floating. He's gonna make them raise up, and he's gonna float there, isn't he? Well, that's what happens when you get stuck in the fucking door. There you go. You dropped down.
The field's down! Let's finish up and move on! We're close. I'm picking up a Lucari life sign nearby.
Alright. Well, they're not anymore.
We need to get her out of here, now! What the hell?
Oh, that's right. They have the Zenketia simulator. In their universe, anyway.
Zentorot's vulnerable! Hit him hard! Open fire! It adapted! Take out drones to make Zentorot vulnerable again! Zentorot's vulnerable! Hit him hard! Open fire!
Get me out of here! Thank you, my friend. Yes. I can manage from here. We should return to our ships immediately.
I'm up for it. Let's friggin' leave.
We made it. Yeah, all ships, fire on the cube. Let's take it out.
On Vame, you're back.
It was a close call, but our friends showed us the way home.
Oh, that's right. It was stuck in the previous episode on the other mirror universe.
The second cube is destroyed.
Hell yeah.
Now that the invaders have been dealt with, Bright Eyes and I will be free to seal the vortex here once and for all. Thanks to you, of course.
I just received word from Starfleet Command. Our new friends want to formally introduce themselves. Feeling up for a little diplomacy. You and me both. I'm sending you the information now. Kim out.
I'm gonna stay here for a bit. I'm gonna have a look at that ship from up close. It's colossal. It's larger than mine, and mine feels like a fucking behemoth. Oh, we're meeting a Deep Space Nine. Interesting.
And these Aetherians came to your rescue then?
Yes, Admiral. With their help, we made it back home.
That's quite the story, Captain. Sounds like you're lucky to be here.
Ops to Admiral Quinn.
Quinn here.
The Aetherian leader has arrived, sir.
Very well. Send them in.
Oh, that's right. They have the Laurel as their Chancellor.
I bring you greetings from the Aetherian Concordia. I am
ship harmony. I come to you today with an offer of alliance against a common foe. The Borg Kingdom. This conflict is larger than you know. It is in fact a multiversal conflict. If we act together, we can bring it to an end. But we must act soon, or all will be lost. In this and every universe.
That was a hell of an intro for them. Wait, you're in the beta quadrant? Okay.
Once again, forces from the mirror universe have come to strike terror into our hearts.
Yeah, whatever, Quinn. Being over dramatic as always. I don't want to be in the beta quadrant. They don't make a lot of episodes lately, but when they do them, they're usually fun. At least gameplay-wise and environment-wise, there's a lot to see. I quite enjoy that. So yeah, the ship is definitely more than its statistics. Oh, you watched the cutscenes just the first time. You didn't watch them the first time around when it was released. The cutscenes were really great. I think they're doing a great job with these cutscenes, especially the space battle ones. You never do? Oh my god, why are you ignoring the story? They do feel cinematic and many times. They actually bring a lot of visual panache, and like I really like them. I never skip them. I mean, if I replay it for like the 5th time for another piece of equipment, I probably will, especially if it's a long episode. But yeah, and this wasn't the episode where we get assimilated. The thing is, the next one, the stakes are a bit higher. So, quite enjoyable episode, and as I keep saying, give ships the chance they deserve, even if they're not super DPS worthy. There are myriads of other ways to play the game. You can experiment with builds. This ship has a potential for being an amazing tank, because its base hull modulator is like 1.5 point something, so it's really, really strong. It does have strong shields as well. The ship is quite fun to fly. It looks great. And if you ever get to play with it, don't ever ditch these weapons. They are one of a kind. You don't get them anywhere else. They don't become a reclaimable. Like you get a lot of reclaim items with ships. Not with this one. You don't get to redeem or reclaim these beams. Like as you can see, I got the Constitution 3, got the Constitution from Discovery Constitution, Maelstrom Torpedo from Akira. They're all here. This ship's weapons, the proton beams, are not reclaimable. You will get rid of them. You will not get more of those unless you get another Aetherian ship. So don't discard them, even if you don't want to run a proton build. You might someday. You might use them on a different ship. proton beams, proton weapons are a bit different beast, and I think it's worth looking into a proton build. Once again, I'm running just basic stuff that I was able to craft or repurpose. I have these 5 isomags. These isomags allow you to increase your beam weapon damage, and if you're running only beams, that will definitely boost you. Plus stacking and max weapon power does incredible boost. At least few consoles that boost all energy or a specific type of energy that you're using, like all damage, energy weapon, directed energy weapon, proton damage, all damage. This is both boosting beams and protons separately, but at the same time, so they work double. That's over 30, almost 40% an increase in base damage for each of those beams. And even if they don't show amazing output right here, they in the combat, because this is Earth Space Dock. Earth Space Dock has a little bit different display of your damage than when you're inside a tactical map where you're about to fire on your enemies. And I think I have like 2.4 thousand DPS per beam, and that's with 1 Omni, and I don't have to actually face my enemies forward because of this Pavan torpedo that fires in 180-degree arc. So it allows you to even be almost completely sideways and do fire it well build and still fire some torpedoes at the same time. Good combo with a 180. The Pavan Proton Energy Torpedo is a 180 targeting arc. As you can see, when I hover over it, the arc is 180 degrees. So it's better than the average torpedo, which needs you to face forward. You can be a little bit sideways, allowing the arc of all of your beams. Because you see, even if you're facing your enemy a little bit to the sideways, if I would be even like this, you still get into the range of the torpedo. And even your aft beams will still hit you here. So full sideways build. You don't have to face your enemies forward with the forward arc. This torpedo really is a game changer. Proton damage is something that there aren't many means of like working against. Most of the proton beams will have some sort of override for against shields. Like each of these beams has 2% proc chance of actually dealing proton damage with 50% shield penetration. So overall quite effective combo. So yeah, don't discard the Aetherian science vessel. The Aetherian Revelation, it's not a bad ship at all. I personally think it does a great job in filling a gap for like a tanky science vessel, which does not exactly rely itself on Space Barbie either. Like, sorry, not on Space Barbie, well, like Space Magic. But it can still perform quite nicely in a combat scenario. The ship can tank pretty big amount of damage, so that's another bonus for it. So I would highly recommend giving it a go. At the very least, you're going to get yourself a decent tank, even if you don't want to go against your enemies with proton builds, although I still recommend you try. The proton damage is very highly exotic consideration. I don't think I run into a lot of people that actually run anything proton. Everyone thought that proton, the Pavan set is pretty gimmicky. I'm glad I never got rid of it, or like I didn't put it in my bank, but I just kept it and just upgraded it just as I went on with this ship. Because right now it's just a perfect complement for the rest of the ship, and I can now deal quite a lot of damage with the proton beams in advanced and even in elite kind of patrols and stuff. I don't run a lot of elite stuff, so I haven't fully verified how it's going to behave like in every elite scenario, but for advanced, if you're happy with just handling yourself well and surviving and dealing some damage, I don't have to be for all the records, but there's still a niche with this ship to fill a gap. A tanky science vessel is an unusual take, but I wouldn't discard it just because the DPS whale said so. And as Tazzy here mentioned, the ship is beautiful. The beams look really great. I don't think we have any ship weapon with a visual that unusual, that beautiful. It does seem like a typical beam, but the color combination and the sound is very low, so you have to listen into it, but it really looks good. Just look at this baby. Look at this beast. Sitting next to a Lucari ship. Are you facing me front or back? I don't remember which one was the front. I think this one was the front of this Lucari ship, so kind of facing me backwards. Like, look at this menacing, colossal, geometrical structure. Yep, perhaps the console is gimmicky. Yep, perhaps the ship is not a DPS overachiever, but not all of those have to be, and they can still be quite fun to play with. So my verdict is, if you have an opportunity, if you have like the amount of money to get it from the exchange, or if it pops out of your Infinity Lockbox, or if you can get it because it's actually a ship that's available to claim in the event. So if you run out of ideas what to get for the yearly event, the Aetherian Revelation is one of the first ships that pop at the top of the list. It's a last year release that is available for your reward for a promo tier 6 ship. So that's one ship to consider. If you like, if you're a science captain or you like science orientated ships and you like alien technology, I think this is going to be a quite fun ship to fly. I'm having a blast with it, more than I thought. I thought I'm just gonna slap some phasers onto it and call it a day, because I do have some phaser builds that could use this ship as well. Who knows, I might actually build them one day. But the Proton build is actually exceeding all of my expectations, and I'm running unupgraded beams that came with this ship, the Aetherian Proton Beam Arrays, which through the baseline, they have a lot of DPS, and they do a lot of damage that just surpasses the damage that we normally deal on a normal ship. So yeah, it's fun, it's cool looking, and it's got a fun factor of 7 out of 10, I think. I'm leaning towards 7.5. I really recommend it if you're into spacey Space Barbie, unusual ships. The breathing animation is so freaking cool. Like, the constant shifting of its pieces, of its elements, the wavy crystalline structure inside. I still don't know if this is crystal, if this is glass, if this is some sort of force field. Is it an energy dampening field? We don't really know. We know very little about technology used on the Aetherian vessels, but we're about to find out, because as far as I know, the next episode in ARC that's supposed to launch, I think this week, or is it the next week? I think it's next week. It's gonna be like 11th or something. February. I'm not exactly certain, but I think it's like the second week of Feb, where this is launching with a new episode with Jonathan Del Arco and his Hugh character. I think it's going to be alternate universe Hugh. We're going to be visiting a derelict Aetherian vessel and learning more about probably about their past and the nature of their conflict with the Borg Kingdom. And who knows, we might actually find out who they really are. And my take is that they're probably a villain, that they've provoked these Borg in some way, maybe even evolved them by accident, causing them to transport themselves between different versions of realities and trying to attack as well. You never know. They are these Borg might actually trying to prevent something the Aetherians might ultimately want. These are my theories. I don't have any inside knowledge about what's gonna happen. I don't know any devs personally. Hard to say. This can go either way. But a lot of people think that the Aetherians coming, just like, oh hi, we're the Messiah, we know how to deal with these Borg, we were at war with them for such a long time, we've got the technology, we can help you. Yeah, that's like big red flag. I have a red alert at the back of my head. It's like, yeah, you're up to something. You're up to something, you're another good guy, you're just a wolf in sheep's clothing. Uplifting? What do you mean? Civilization uplift? I don't know what that means. You're using language I don't understand. I don't know what you mean, Taz. Ah, okay. Yeah, you take an inferior race, you present yourself as a savior, giving them tools to save themselves, but that in the end actually turns against you because they give you access to stuff that you really ultimately wanted. Yeah, that's just a possibility. Absolutely. I don't think I would use the word retards because it has well, it's general slur, I think. But yeah, I know what you mean. Take a lower race that's beneath you, that's less evolved, that's technologically and in the civilization sense less developed. You give them some tools, you make them feel like they're doing something important, but in the end you gain their trust to do something at the back from behind, like step them in the back or something, and you end up by being the ultimate villain that kills two birds with one stone, because like for instance here, they might actually use us to disable the Borg long enough so they gain something else and they will be able to destroy everything and everyone with just a flip of their fingers. They have 3 fingers though. I don't know how that will work. You know, they kind of resemble me, the Kaminoans from the Star Wars. They have these 3 elongated fingers. It's like the thumb, the pointing finger, and like the middle of the small finger, the pinky, but it's a bit long. So they kind of remind me of the Kaminoans. Tall, elongated, humanoid bodies with very weird faces and eyes and stuff. That kind of gives me the vibe. But Kaminoans were just, you know, cloners that were a different kind of a thing, but the aesthetic value of Kaminoans and the Aetherians is quite similar in some regards. Their technology, though, here the technology is so much way beyond anything we know. Still don't know what their ships are capable of fully. We just see them that they're very competent in battling Borg, but they just have very few ships. Never know. There was a moment when they were doing something because they just assumed this isn't normal and they do it all the time. And I don't remember. It was one of the following episodes after the first one. It's like, yeah, you're kind of sus. You're kind of suspicious from the very beginning, and now you're just making yourself even more suspicious. So, yeah, the Aetherians are a big mystery, big question mark, but I love using their tech. Their ship is really great. You know, from the top, it kind of looks like a very geometrically oriented doomsday device. Even from the side, it kind of looks like that cone shape. So to me, it very much resembles Doomsday device, but it's just shorter, less spindly, but you know, pretty cool ship. And if you have a chance to pick it up, I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say don't do it. I wouldn't say don't buy it. If you really fancy the looks, that ship has also a lot of performance potential. Different builds. Who knows? I think it's even possible to theorize a support build on this ship because it's a science ship with 5 science consoles, and you can have 5 additional consoles because you have 3 engineering and 2 universal with tier 6x2 upgrade, which I have done that from the box as soon as I got it. Additional 2 traits are gonna help with maintaining your support. If you have the Credence class and you use the Credence class console, the dilithium transporter, you can really make a great supporter out of it, out of the box, without really sacrificing too much of your firepower, I guess. And again, this is clearly never intended to be a DPS vessel. Not every ship has to be, but it can as well be a very competent tank, a very competent science support tank with a proper tuned science captain. The healing for shields and healing for hull and exotic healing can really benefit you here. Plus, don't ever forget, it's got Commander Intel Science Seat, so that is a very competent build for like surgical strikes, which I'm actually using here. I also wanted to put something else here to test it. I don't think I have the ability though. Unless it's in a lower tier, I don't know. Override subsystem safeties. No, but there should be a tier 3 level of override subsystem safeties that should allow you to use it in level 3. I'm just gonna have to check. No, wait. I can craft that stuff, can't I? Keep forgetting. R&D. Officer training. Surgical strikes, blah 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 blah. Emit. Wait, what? There you are, override subsystem safeties. Yeah, I just need one. 30 seconds. And I will teach that on Beverly Crusher, the hologram. Yeah, that's here. So instead of running the thing I'm running here, the ionic turbulence, I might actually do the override subsystem safeties. As far as I know, it adds to the damage. Max all current power levels. 20 seconds diminishes 5 max current level every second. One random system offline for 5 seconds. But that will temporarily boost all of your powers, so I think it's worth trying to take a risk. Because other than that, I can think of either kinetic magnet, which is a very good thing. No, actually, electromagnetic pulse probe, or the ionic turbulence. I'm using the ionic turbulence here on this ship for one particular reason, because it slows down everyone within the sphere of the effect of this ability. There we go. Bev, there's some learning to do. Where are you, Bev? There you are, Bev. Let's teach you override subsystem safeties. Let's actually put that on the ship. Holy smokes, that is a lot of That's a huge boost. Even if it randomizes one subsystem offline, that boost to your shields, to your orcs, is just temporary for like a brief second, and everything else it just gets a nice boost. I might actually use that on this. I'll actually try to take a patrol up. Jupiter Gauntlet normal hard is like super elite. It's even harder than elite. Yeah, red matter capacitor, that might actually boost everything up to insanity level of damage. And insanity level in general, like power levels will be up and about.
Prepare enemy ships warping in near projection station Alpha. We have multiple hull breaches in our
Containment breach! Evacuating all personnel!
Mullen button. The con is dead in space.
next group incoming. Projector station Beta.
Like, what the shit?
The enemy approaching projector station Gamma. Meet them in battle.
Alright, let's show them who's boss here. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. So, as the tarantula left, I'll just use surgical strikes. Oi! Bitch transported me, that's rude. It's not gonna work to your advantage though. Here, have a Pavan beam. That looks really cool though. That Pavan beam coming from space. Yeah, it is a tale of a ship that got killed by DPS whales. If you check online, the only videos ever talking about this ship's potential performance, it's all about, like, don't buy this ship, it's crap, it's nothing, it's worthless, it doesn't have any potential. Like, not every ship has to be DPS worthy to have fun with it. And I'm just trying to tell that, yeah, DPS whales might just deem it unworthy, but don't listen to them because this ship can still be a lot of fun. How many times have you seen this ship ever since it came? And it came out like in May last year. I don't think I've ever encountered it in space. And I sit in the game most of the days, even passively as I work. I have STO open in my background, and I've never seen that ship in TFO whatsoever once. And it always bothered me because I was very keen on laying my hands on the Aetherian technology. As soon as we saw the Aetherian Harmony at the very introduction of the episode, the one that I played a while ago, it was like, holy fuck, I want that ship. It looks amazing. It looks weird. It looks strange. It looks alien. Sure, no worries, Taz. It looks so weird. It looks so unusual. But there is something about it. Yeah, free ships are a little bit a different piece of equipment. They expect like every ship that comes from a lockbox to be an overperformer, overachiever. That is just, it's supposed to be like that. And I'm not exactly certain if it should be like that, because every ship that they design not necessarily has to be like amazing DPSer. Besides, there are so many ways you can play this game. Not every ship and not every player has to chase DPS. That's the thing. In the DPS whale perspective, that's the only way to play the game. You only have to do DPS. If you don't have amazing DPS, you don't value in the game. You're not contributing. You're not worth, and I'm really standing against that kind of notion. I mean, I'm fine with their way of playing, even though it's sometimes very annoying, because you're playing an advanced mission, they come here, they swipe all the enemies down, you have really not much to do and to say when you're not one of the DPS whales. I mean, I think they should stick to the elite, honestly. I know they do, but sometimes they don't. And they will just swipe everything from under your nose. You need to do your kills or damage on a daily basis from endeavors and stuff, and you just don't get to do it. And you have to run more TFOs, more missions, more episodes to actually get those achieved. But that's beside the point. My point is, give every ship a chance if you like it. If you like it visually, that's absolutely fine. I loved the visuals of the ship as soon as it was announced, but initially I was like, oh, let's see what people think about it. And everyone's like, don't buy it, don't get it, it's shit, it's crap, it's not worth your time, it's not worth your money. Having spent only a day with this ship, because I got it only yesterday, and with the help of a friend who's in here, I managed to figure out a build with nothing more than the standard weapons that the ship came from and the Pavo energy set that came at an event few events ago, actually. I haven't used it until this ship came around because I never had a Proton build. And suddenly I have a Proton build on this ship, and it's just performing better than I've ever anticipated. Non-upgraded beam arrays that come with this ship. You don't have to buy additional weapons for it. Just the standard, the mycelial, Discovery mycelial space set with a secondary deflector I crafted from, I think it's Colony. I want to say it's from Colony, so something that you can get with farming in the game without any premium stuff. The only stuff that's unusual here probably is going to be a lot of these isomags because crafting them is costly. And DPRM and the portal weapon is the hardest thing to obtain. This console comes from Exchange, I think. It's been a while, but I think it's from the Exchange Hull Image Refractors. It just boosts damage, but it also cloaks you for a moment. This is the Pavo Crystal Battery. That's a console that increases firing cycle haste for ranged weapons, updates the proton damage by 68%, 69 I think. Shared cooldown on cannon firing modes -3. Nothing exceptional here. Plus, of course, the omnidirectional Pavan proton beam array, which I've upgraded to level 15. And then there's these three consoles that they come from nowhere else than the Reputation store. You go to your Reputation here on the Dyson Joint command, you go to the store, and it's in the tactical consoles here. You choose what you want. You want cannons? Boom. You want beams? Boom. You got photon, plasma, if you want to run a specific build for a specific type of weapon. I chose 3 times beams. They don't cost that much, it's just dilithium you need to spare. There's a constant discount if you have everything up to the max. And then just slowly upgrade them. And strangely enough, on paper, this build looks like crap by a standard DPSer, and I'm having a blast. Just run a normal Jupiter Gauntlet, which is kind of like an advanced with a bit of an edge, because I die more in this in an average vessel than I would die in an advanced TFO. So the level of difficulty doesn't exactly translate to the one that you have for normal TFOs and episodes. And I haven't even been having issues. I swiped the board and I was fighting Tholians, the harder ones. Yes, that is the pain, and I think that I think the fact that you have to take this long to actually get enough stuff upgraded, it takes a long time, and that's probably one of the biggest deterrents of people experimenting. I mean, one way is for upgrades. I know it costs money, I get that, and I'm not recommending it, but whenever you have Master Key Ring Pack, you don't have to actually do much with those keys. If you're not opening boxes, you can sell them off and buy upgraded stuff or upgrades on exchange. But when you get a promo with 20 key ring pack, you actually get an extra extra ultimate tech upgrade, which upgrades everything to level the highest level. You can technically just farm dilithium if you have enough time. I don't recommend using money in this game too often, but the keyring sale for 20 keys isn't that often, usually at a discount, so that was my way of actually acquiring a lot of upgrades during the last year. Because I only bought keys whenever I didn't want to ship, but I was just like, I'm gonna buy a few weapon types, or like, just gonna sell a few keys for EC and just have additional EC for purchases of the exchange. But of course, that's not the recommended way. If you don't have the money for it, you just have to grind. And the grind, I get it. It's the biggest deterrent. But before I actually got stuff that was gilded, like these took me the longest. The isomags are probably the biggest issue for me, because for once they use a lot of components. Yeah, free to play, no keys. I get that. It's absolutely fine. I wouldn't recommend that anyway, because, you know, money is something you probably need to use for other stuff. I just happen to have the opportunity to use some excess money that I have, but that's just me being ADHD impatient. I just don't have the patience to grind. But I remember how hard it was to actually have these. When they dropped, and you started crafting them. I think they're from engineering. Yeah, that's engineering. The advanced engineering consoles. So like either the hangar craft power transmission or the isomagnetic plasma distribution manifold. It takes a lot of components. Even if you wanna, and if you want a Mark 12, that's just oof. And then upgrading it, and then re-engineering those. I really wish Deca just, when they fully take over, because as far as I know, they still haven't. The recent slip-ups, I want to say, are not exactly something to do with Deca yet. Still a lot of involvement from the old Cryptic team that is still on board. A lot of people will just blame Deca already for those mishaps, but I think it's like it was a slip up because there's not enough Cryptic people around, and Deca hasn't actually taken over fully, and they're still like training for stuff. But overall, I'm really hoping that Deca will look at that. Crafting spec for Aetherian weaponry. I mean, if they gave me an ability to at least upgrade it, or like I don't know, but owning a ship is still like not fair for like unlocking an ability to craft that kind of weapon. If you take my meaning, it would be very unfair if I could just find here item beam arrays and I could just like suddenly have proton here because I bought a ship. I think that would be just a little bit unfair. So, if at least they dropped the Aetherian weaponry, and that's still a possibility. This ship dropped with a lockbox that was called, it was the Infinity lockbox. It didn't drop with its own kind of lockbox. So Infinity lockbox is already full of stuff. It's already full of so many other previous equipment and stuff. It takes forever. I'm just like big fat nope. But honestly, if you're ever looking at an unusual ship, and like as I said, this ship, along with all the others, can be gotten from the equipment. I mean, it's from the event. Aetherian Revelation is right here. Recommendations from DPS Wales said don't. I say try if you feel like it. I'm not saying don't. I'm not saying do. It's your game. You play the way you like. I hate when people tell you play it that way or don't play it at all. It's like, no, shut up. Just play the way you like and let other people just have fun. For me, it's Space Barbie first and foremost. I don't really care about numbers. I don't have a whatever it's called, a DPS meter app that detects how much DPS you perform. I don't really check these numbers periodically. Like, oh, how much did I do now? How much do I have now? I don't really care. As long as I test few TFOs, few patrols. If I'm doing damage enough to survive, that's enough for me. I'm having fun. I'm looking at the ship. It looks cool. It does cool Space Barbie stuff. The beams, weapons look cool. That's enough for me. I don't have to have every premium item in types of weapon or like on the max and then prioritize DPS. That's not my playstyle. I like my ships. I'm not shying away from stating that I have a collection of ships. But that's just on one character that I've been grinding and farming for like last 13, 14 years. The Woven Carrier. Ooh, that's a really good ship. I wanted the... I'm still kind of sick that they put the original Obelisk Carrier that comes with the unique console for it. That it comes here. So you have to actually have enough low-buy to actually obtain the original Obelisk, which is a tier 5 still, I think. Advanced Obelisk Carrier. I want the console from it for the Obelisk weapon set, and they put it in a bloody lobby. Like, they could have at least... It was an event ship. I think it would be fair if it was here, in the Phoenix store. That would make sense, because that ship was given away during an event originally, and it would have been fair it was here. Especially they gave away pieces of that set for the Omni and the Obelisk Warp Core. So you're missing the console, and the console gets premium. You have to open a lot of boxes. I don't think it's fair. But a fair reminder: the event gives you 1,500 Luby, which gives you more than enough to get the carrier. Oh, I'm sitting on it for like 3 years now. I got it from like I just bought it in the lithium store. Just bought like 10 boxes, and it got 40 of them. I opened them up, and I still got the epic one. I still haven't used it because there's nothing there that I really need. Because I've been playing the game for so long that all of the ships that are here, I already have them, so I can't get more of them. I just don't have this one, and don't have this one because I don't like the green ships. But I got all of these through events, so I don't really need them anymore, so it's still useless to me. I still don't have any means of using it. I wish I could trade it off, but it's bound to character, so I can't do anything with it. It's just taking space in my inventory, which is annoying as hell. Yeah, it's very rare. I know only like few people who actually got these in my fleet. I think there's like 2 people. But it really, the drop rate is ridiculously insane. It's so low, I really hate that. They should really work on that. That's what I said. Started saying, Deca should really think about the drop rate of stuff. Because I'm fine with them like giving you a drop rate chance. But chances, and I'm not even talking about log boxes, but there's stuff like the Phoenix Circuits, right? Or like... Actually, one of the better ones, and not for the trade console, it's a warship, so for ship levels give you damage crit chance. Which one's... which ship are you talking about, Taz? Oh, Max is here. Fleet mate. Got a bud here as well. Stargate Wars! Sitting over here, okay. Chalbolg. Oh, you mean it's one of the Elachi ones, isn't it? No, not Elachi. Breen? Oh, yeah, I don't have that either, actually. It was tier 6. Shield modifier 1, no, that's weak. Weapon 4, device slots 3, commander tactical, lieutenant engineering, lieutenant commander science intel, ensign universal, lieutenant commander universal. 30 degrees base turn rate, not bad. Inertia 50, ugh. Plus 50, yeah, that's on the standard. What's warship, okay. Okay, and starship trait, cryonic siphon, okay. Yeah, on paper it doesn't look like much, but again, yeah, I'm not looking up for it. I don't like the Breen ships. I don't like their design. That's the thing. When I saw that new ship that dropped in the lockbox, I was like, ugh. I mean, I remember it from Discovery, and I remember it was very unremarkable. Do you want to see the trait for it? You want it for the trait? Starship Mass Fuel Cryonic Siphon. While this trait is slotted, Cryonic Siphon will drastically reduce the target's fuel hardness and damage resistance while Energy Siphon is active on its target. Yeah, I get that it decreases the resistance on the shield and general damage resistance. Is just like, if I don't like the looks of the ship, I will likely not fly it. I will not likely get it, actually. Which is like everyone's right. Oh, Jesus, I didn't want that. Oh, silly me. I don't want Fujiwara effect. That clicky needs to die. I collect something else. That's gonna be 3 hours of loading it. That's just great. Just freaking great. 3 years later. By the way, if anyone thinks that they missed something, I do have YouTube, which I will put all my stuff here from here. So if you ever want to go to YouTube and just see the archive footage of the stream, I will upload it as soon as I'm done here, which I probably am going to be soon. Cause I want to eat something. I haven't eaten for like 3 hours, maybe a little bit longer. So I need food. I really need food. I'm gonna look into that shortly. But yeah. But yeah, if you wanna check your YouTube, I'll upload this stream. Double Big Mac. Big Mac isn't even that good. God. I don't get the appeal. Oh, look at those clever bastards. It is an updated version of the Space Dock. I don't like Big Macs. I used to, but they changed the sauce. I remember like when they released it, it was like the ultimate burger, and now it's like ugh, whatever. Not my thing. But you know, you live in Norway, so your Big Macs might be different. I'm just saying here in Poland, I would recommend a Big Mac. There are different burgers in McDonald's that are better. Not saying that anything in McDonald's is really great, but not very healthy either. But you know, if sometimes you just want some filthy, greasy burger and a fast food, you might think about it. Although one thing that kills me about fast food is that they used to be cheap and fast. Now they're neither of those things. They're not cheap and they're not fast. Like what? I mean, if you're there, they'll probably serve you fast enough. But if you order in, sometimes it's an hour wait, which is like kind of kills the point of fast foods. In fact, if you ask me. But there you go. You got the Aetherian Revelation ship. The spacebar B factor, I would call it 9.5 out of 10. I would love it would get a 10 if I could just morph the ship into the fractal redirection config everywhere, not just in a combat scenario when I have enemies near me. Because that looks really cool, but you can only use it in certain scenarios, which I really wish that wasn't a thing. But other than that, performance-wise, 7.5, 8 out of 10 for me. That's my scale. That scale does not factor any specific number of DPS. It's about the survivability / firepower factor, which is like, I survive in advanced, I deal damage and kill stuff in advanced, and the ship looks cool in advanced. Those are my conditions for a ship to pay off and to be really great and have a good rating for me. I thought it's gonna be a gimmicky ship like I thought it's going to be a gimmicky ship that I will just probably put in dry dock after a while, although I wasn't setting myself. Well, I'm about to end the stream. If you want to do ISA or IC, I'm open to that. I think I'm not going to die. Armada needs... Nope. 2-man infected normal, and you can tank for me. Infected normal, so like a private match. Normal as in advanced, or you mean normal, so like the blue one? Which one do you mean? The blue or the orange? You can tank elite. Let's go infected advanced then, and I'll just start it up and we'll see how it looks like. Come on, change it. Thank you so much. You get your tank. Well, I've already clicked load so that you get your tank very quick. Because I'm already queued and I can't unqueue. There's no way of stopping it. Uh-oh. You won't get it in time, will you? I mean, it's advanced. We should be okay. I'll just bring your origami. Okay, whatever that is. Oh, my game. Okay, a game. Okay. Let's see how it performs. I like that the lighting and in Siberian solar system doesn't actually change the good looks of this ship. There we go, that was a nice run. No issues there, ship is performing quite nicely. I'm enjoying it more than I ever thought I will. I never thought it's going to be combat performative for me, but it's just really fun. Team heals. Oh, you mean when I used the... Oh, hi dear times. Well, I'm about to finish off, but thanks for popping in. I hope you're good. I hope your Saturday's good. Yeah, when I use this, it's actually... I hear it's a very good trait, and I'm using it on whatever... I see it wasn't that bad. That is good. I'm glad to hear it. It's more or less good for me. Just really resting after this week. I think this was the longest 3 weeks in January since Monday started. So I felt like January is dragging for like 2 months already. It's just like I had enough. January, stop existing. Glad it's done for it, and we're in February. 13 days away from Team Measure 4, 5, and 6 remasters. I'm gonna be streaming and playing the hell out of these games. Already pre-ordered it on 2 platforms. Alrighty then. I'm good for now. Thanks guys for joining me for this little endeavor. I will upload this stream to YouTube. We already do. The Pathfinder is for free in the Zen store. I don't know if it's... I think it should still be up. If you go to promotions, you get the... I think it's like a Pathfinder giveaway. It looks like it's just a single claim. Then you might need to reload, but the ship is claimable. It's for free then. Long range science vessel. Plus it gives you a Kazon unlock. You got a Kazon Heavy Raider, which I hear is a good, decent performer. I used to have it because it was from exchange, but it did nothing for me. I don't like Raiders and Escorts because I don't last long in them. So I never considered actually doing anything more serious with them. But yeah, overall, the Pathfinder is a good ship, even if I don't like the looks of it. You can always swap to Classic Voyager or any of the variants and have fun with it. The Tier 6 version is quite a good performer. Yeah. So guys, if you ever wonder if you want to pick up the Aetherian Revelation or not, if you like experimental ships, if you like to do trial and error, if you like unusual builds, if you like tanks, if you like support tanks, go for it. If you like it visually and you still want to have it as a fun build just for Space Barbie, go for it. If you just want it, if you don't have an idea, there are myriads of ideas and myriads of ways you can play this game. So there's always a way. Don't listen to space whales. Don't let them deter you and scare you off from a ship that you might like. Because that was me until yesterday. I was like, oh, this ship is probably bad, but everyone says it's bad. It's really not. It's the way you build it. It's the way you play it. You might have just a good... it's a good way of actually having something different, So yeah, I highly recommend it. I'll leave you out for now. I will try to see if there's anyone worth raiding at the moment who's streaming Star Trek Online, and we'll give them a nice cheeky little raid. Let me see. Bear with. Star Trek Online. Anyone there? Nope. Nobody doing Star Trek Online. Oh, well. Let's see. Who can we raid? You don't see it? It's in the Zen store. Oh. No, sorry. I just don't want you to play right now. It's in the promotions. It should be a Pathfinder giveaway kind of thing. Should be listed here somewhere. I mean, for me, I already have it like a reclaim, so it looks a little bit differently. But it's on the promotions. I mean, I think it should still be up. I don't remember what was the date for it. 30 anniversary delayed on its way. Yeah. Ah, right. It was between January 21st. Let's see. Let's see. January 21st to January 26th. So, if you weren't in the game between those dates, yeah, you might have missed it. I have it as a reclaim, so it's gonna be there forever for me. But if you've missed it, yeah, if you missed it, then tough luck. You might have to look for another anniversary of another ship, maybe. But yeah. That one has come and gone. I think it's going to be on console in February, but yeah, console SEO, I'm not even going to talk about that. It's something I wouldn't even consider for myself. I'm not very good at console playing MMOs, so I won't do it. Anyway, I think I'm just going to wrap it up here. I have no one to raid because there's no one else streaming SEO at this time. Well, it's Saturday, people are asleep or they're grinding other stuff, so I'm going to call it there. I'll bid you a farewell. I bid you a good weekend. I hope you enjoy yourselves. Don't ever get other people to scare you off from things you want to do or want to play. That's outside of STO even as well. If you feel like you want to experiment, if you have an idea for an experiment, go for it. Don't listen to the naysayers. They sometimes just don't have any other ways of living, but they're saying, no, don't like this because it's crap. Let yourself enjoy things for what they are. Try to experiment with them, whatever they are, and yeah, just have fun. You know, games and general entertainment is just for fun, for leisure, for relaxing, for having some time of your own, with your own thoughts, with your own self, with you know, just relaxing and resting and. Games are great for that. I really love STO for giving me the ability to fly ships I like, I love, and I enjoy. Visually, performance-wise, they come from a show, a film, a TV series, a spin-off, a comic book, whatever. Another video game for that matter, the Heritage Bundle being a big thing. I'd never played those original games. I did like those designs. Originally I saw them, I was aware of them, but I never thought we were actually going to get them in this game, and now we have them. 3 ships from the Heritage Bundle, which are so great to fly. Yeah, that's it for today. I might pop in with STO. I might pop in with something else soon. Check my socials if you like to hang about in Discord, if you like to check on my YouTube. I'm also doing other things in there as well, so might check that out. Thanks everyone for follow. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Thanks Tazzy for the games. I'm probably gonna have to pop up with my dog in a little while, but I'll be around in STO if you want to. My @handle is, let me see. My @handle, if you ever wanna run into me in STO, send me a friend invite or something. If you need some help with running a TFO, if you need some just company for TFOs or like some story missions, if I'm here, I have a moment, and I'm live in the game, then don't worry, you're always welcome to. I'll bid you farewell. Have a good rest of your Saturday and enjoy the rest of your weekend. And I'll see you next time. Have a good one, guys. Bye bye.